Hello everyone, this is Daniel, and I have a message for you right now about what is really going on in BLM, and to make it short, Black Lives Matter, and good things like that, apparently. So, what is going on with Black Lives Matter? They hate the police, and they want the Black lives to be supported, and everything good like that, and all rainbows going all the good way. All butterflies, okay? Let me point this out to you. And I believe I already named this, but I may not have. However, PTSD is behind Black Lives Matter. Let me repeat. PTSD is behind Black Lives Matter. Post-traumatic stress disorder is behind Black Lives Matter. And let me just be like very much clear that I don't know if this is actually happening, but a lot of people that are, let's say, black or women or anything like that, these people have been affected by the police, and they have stress disorder and post-traumatic, and it's, all bad. Yeah. So basically what it's all about is something ends up happening to a person. I'm not going to talk to you about a person I met that has it. And these people, they're so stressed out that they become delusional. Now let me talk to you about what's going on with the delusions of people with PTSD. During World War I, they ended up going in mental institutions because they were delusional and crazy. That's PTSD for you. That's what they call shell shock syndrome. Then they went through World War II, and then they did the same thing. And then the Cold War happened, and then the Vietnam War happened later. And they did some crazy investigation because of people like literally protesting because of the Vietnam War, get the soldiers back. And people were like literally investigating the fact that maybe this isn't really a good thing to do, and maybe we should investigate the Kennedys, what the Kennedys were behind this and all that good stuff. They investigated what was going on with the mental institutions, and people with PTSD were actually getting nothing but people were literally becoming skinny, and people were disabled, and they were so mistreated that they got nothing, barely any food. They almost got no food, and sometimes they got no food per day. People were forgotten about in those mental institutions. They would basically they would suffer so much that these people would literally die just of, a little cough that turns into pneumonia, and they would just die from that, So my point is, the police have been doing a good job, except for some people. We're just human beings, So let me just point this out, that human beings have been known to have errors. And my point is, a lot of people that are in the police force are good, but a few of them are bad. And it just takes someone just to go out of control in their family to end up causing harm to a lot of people with PTSD. And if someone is so, let's say, insane in their family with drugs, let's say, if the person has drugs and they basically pull out a weapon because they have drugs, that person will be arrested in front of a child. And this isn't just random people that are there to protect other people. They've been through that as well. And their parents maybe had drugs, or maybe they got arrested, or maybe they themselves got pretty much beaten up by the police, or other things like that. It's not just the police, it's just these BLM members. I believe some of them will maybe someday but literally, well, just go after firemen and ambulance, and they'll just protest against those people too. If they go after the police, then they'll go after the weaker, the ones that are not as good as the other ones. They'll go after actually, I think they already went after the firemen, so they'll go after the police, the firemen, and the ambulance. So that's practically happening right now. But they're not really talking about the ambulance and firemen. They're just talking about the entire police force being attacked by BLM. And BLM is not always bad. Sometimes it's just many of the people in it are usually trying to do it for the better cause. But then there's a group of people that end up ruining it because they say, oh, it's burn, loot, and murder instead of Black Lives Matter. You get my point? So, anyway, let me not get off on a tangent. Basically what's going on is people have PTSD and they go into groups, and that's very dangerous. That causes division, and they mean good, but they end up causing harm more than good. And this PTSD is going to end America. I know it will. They want to have people suited for them, and these people that are insane, that, I mean, it's going to be a problem for America. America's going to have more and more people affected by PTSD because of their parents, and their parents have had parents that have PTSD, and started from just people owning guns, and then the guns ended up, causing PTSD with other people. I mean, these people with guns, well, when someone gets shot in front of someone, they have a little bit of PTSD or just delusional PTSD, the way they handle that situation. So my point is, some people are so scared that they're going to be next because they think they're the ones that are going to be killed by, some police officer, and that's one thing. But the fact that there was racism in the past, and there seems to be no longer racism, just all over America, except for those in the BLM members that are causing racism and going against the conservatives. It's a very divided mess. It wasn't just started from one thing either. It started from people shooting each other. Hold on.
Here.
Hold on. Okay, you're gonna have to hold on because I'm making a video. I'm making a video, sorry.
Who is that?
I guess. I'll call you later today if I can. Okay, bye.
Who is that?
Oh, Claire, that's Claire.
Who's Claire?
My mom and my friend. My mom and my friend.
Oh.
Sorry about that, folks. I don't know if I should probably do that, but yeah. The devil's always causing problems. Anyway, where was I? Oh, I hate when that happens. So, it doesn't just start, starts from someone abusing the right to own guns, and that person that owns a gun will shoot someone in front of the person. And then there's also an issue of slavery, then racism. That's another issue. Then people become violent, and then they rebel against God, and it just snow piles up. Like, you know what I mean. Basically, you've seen a picture of a snowball effect. Look up a picture of a snowball effect. How just one mild snowball in the mountain can actually become a huge snowball and actually just cause an avalanche. Because that's what it is. It's just an avalanche of snowball effect, Yeah, I know. But on the other hand, there is such a huge problem with the people being divided in this country I bet this country was just set up for this problem, and the devil wanted to blind us with basically escaping. I don't know. It's like God wanted the people to have their own free will in this country, but the devil wanted to just divide this country. He didn't know the Bible completely. So basically, what this is all about is there's a lot of division because of PTSD. So the prophecy is basically based off of a little bit of PTSD and a country being divided mostly. I'm trying to sock when I'm not tired right now. So what's going on is America is so divided. America is so divided that it's trying to fight its own battles, but it's not doing it well because it doesn't really have God. It used to have God, but when it got rid of God, PTSD took over, and every right just got flushed down the drain later on, you know? So what I'm telling you is PTSD is a really big deal because what I talked to you about originally, that I knew of someone that had it, but I'm not going to talk about her. But then I know what PTSD is all about because of the past issues that they have. They end up being so scared that they get delusional. And in their delusions, they divide the country because they end up becoming violent and racist and becoming angry at the world. And they want to do their hate performance because they just would rather just end it all and be it all and take control of their lives even though they have no control of their lives. That is PTSD. These people are depressed, they're scared, they're everything that you can imagine that is horrible, including delusional and insane. That's PTSD in a nutshell. And it is dividing this country. That alone, and the countries that had no guns, no loud guns, just only the swords were not as bad, but because of the gun violence, it's caused PTSD beyond control. And what I'm going to tell you, countries that have less violence, countries that are more stringent on violence, more stringent to go against it, I meant to say, and just to basically have laws against it, have police with batons and men with no knives, things like that. That is actually helping not divide the country. It's actually helping to unify the country. However, America is free with guns, so who knows what America's going to happen to have. It is a problem to actually cause the PTSD, and it's causing much mayhem and problems. And it's an issue that is probably not going to be solved anymore. We have a lot of issues, and Mr. Biden's not going to solve the problems. You think Biden's going to solve the problems? Well, tell him to try to get rid of PTSD, and he's not going to do that. He cares about this country, I know, but not in the way that you understand. I think he just wants to make this country just by your own definition of love, and your own definition of love is PTSD. That's called socialism, and that's called communism. That's my beliefs right now, and I hope that America understands that to vote for their own people to go in their own ways, that's the type of sin that is making a sin out of them, making a sin of millions of people, hundreds of millions of people, based off of them, to do that what they really want that person to do, and that person's going to be involved with all these people, and to please these people, that's not going to happen, because then you have to please people with PTSD, which I believe a lot of these people are crazy and insecure. and there's a lot of illusions that come out of that. Okay. Well, anyway, I've basically passed my time, and I'll be done. Okay. Bye.